our demonstrator for tonight. Bob's been with us for a long, long time, and I just really appreciate all that you do for the club. I appreciate your willingness to step in. You're a great turner, and I just thank you so much for all that you've done and supporting Jeff and I and Steve this past year as well. So thank you for that. I can't wait to see what you got, and happy turning.
Okay, sounds good. Let's see if this will work. Okay, I'm just going to demonstrate a simple little vase. Now, you can make I'm going to show you a number of them. There's those that have the bulge at the bottom. There's those that have the bulge at the top. It's all about curves, but any curve works. There's those that are just straight. There's, oh, okay. There's those that are just straight. But it goes to show you that any curve works. Here's one that's really a bunch of beads. And I'll tell you, people really love them. If you give this as a little gift, people love them. You can use it to put in an artificial flower, but now it's time for springtime. Flowers are growing, and they last quite a while in that little vase. These vases here, little glass, I guess they're 20 milliliters. You can get those on Amazon, about $1 a piece, depending on the volume you buy. Yeah. Now here's one that sort of doesn't have a bulge, or maybe it's got two bulges. Here's another one that's got just in the center. If you want to make a taller one, you can make a taller one. Or a fat one. Whatever you want to do. I mean, they're just, just so easy to make them. If you want to paint it, you can paint it. And if it's holiday season, well, you need a snowman, you can make a snowman. Or a Christmas tree. Or you can flub it and try to make a heart that for Valentine's that really didn't work out. So make short ones and tall ones, as I said before. Now, to get a piece of wood, it's just a piece of square turning stock. Something like between 1.5 inches and 2 inches square, about 5 inches long, is what I use. And how do you get those? Well, when we're harvesting a log, a piece of timber, we're looking usually to make bowls. So we'll cut along one side of the pith, and you can get your bowl out of that. So you get a bowl off of each face. But that piece in the center, darn, you often say, I'm just going to throw it away, because that's no good. But that's some of the best wood that's in that log. That's the straightest grain, works great. So if you give yourself about 2 inches on that slab, now you can cut a whole lot of these out of it. That Osage orange I brought in here, I got a lot of that out of some wood that I was harvesting. So That comes out of all of it. So I just encourage you to save that piece and make something with it. There you are. Those pieces.
Turn it into a bowl, a vase?
Yeah, you'll see just like this. So, that being said, I guess it's time to get started. So, like I said, it's about 5 inches long and probably like 1 inch and 7/8 square. This piece is. And we'll start out just like everybody does. This is demonstrating almost as we'll just make it round. New lathe, different lathe, well. So I'll start out with a spindle gouge and make it round. I usually don't like to turn as fast as other people do, but I know some people like to get up about 4,000, but I usually don't do that. So I got to make it round while I wonder if this is tight. This happened to be a piece of cherry that I had. At least it smells like cherry. Okay, seems like I got about most all the flat spots off. Now I'm going to go and I'm going to put a tenon on each end. Really, I only need the tenon on one end, but the other end will be what I use to mark the lip on the vase. So with my bedan, I'll just make like a tenon on each end. So I'm going to take it off of here and do another operation. And I guess looking at it, I'm going to decide which is the top and which is the bottom. So I'm going to, well, it doesn't really make any difference. It's pretty much the same. I'm going to put on my chuck. Let's see, where is the...
Here it comes.
Oh, thank you, sir. Getting warmed up here. Okay, I just got a Nova chuck here with some 35 millimeter jaws on. And when I put it in, as long as I've got a center in here for the tailstock, I'll use that. A little bit here. Did I loosen that up?
Tailstock's not.
Oh, the tailstock isn't tight. Okay. Okay, so if I make something, I've got to make quite a number of them. I usually make a little jig out of a piece of sheet metal or whatever I got, and that way I can get several diameters that I want and use it 100 times if I want, and whatever. So I'm going to take my parting tool first, and I'm going to just give myself a little territory here where I can cut it off, and so I'll know what I got. So I'm going to start down here, give me what I might need to cut it off when I'm done. Then I'm going to give myself what I think I need for the base. You know, all of them have a little base of some sort, so we're going to give myself this distance I need for the base. And then up on top where the lip is, I'm going to try to define this area here, and that happens to be this diameter. So we'll go here and let me see here. And the back diameter, I'm going to use this one. Now I'm going to start another operation. Let me take and drill this out. Maybe I got to move the headstock. Huh?
Just keep turning it backwards.
Oh, and it'll come out. Oh, that's right. Mine doesn't do that, but yeah. That's right. Thank you. I might have to move the headstock.
Got the wire.
Oh, okay, I'll get that. I think I need 2 hands to do that. Thank you. So we're going to drill it out. Now, let me tell you a little bit about the drills. Forstner bits, the typical type that we've been using with all those jagged teeth on, they don't last very long. And you can go on Amazon and you can buy the carbide ones for $10. That glass bottle there is like 7/8 of an inch. Now, of course, if you go on Amazon, they'll probably say 7/8 of an inch or 22 millimeters. And 22 millimeters is just a little bit smaller than 7/8. And if you buy that one, it may not fit your bottle. But I've got the older style for 7/8, so I'll just have to drill it out using that when I'm done. So that's interesting. This isn't lining up with the center of there. Maybe because
Stock clamp down?
it is, but that was interesting. Well, maybe it does go in there. Okay.
Cheap Powermatic.
I'll bring it. I think I've been going around 500 RPMs with it, but like I said, I probably drilled out 100 of these things already, and that bit hasn't worn out, not at all. So I just go in until it gets to that second set screw, the end of the second set screw, and that's the great depth. I'll clean this out and I'll go in and get the last. Now, my lathe works a little different than this one, so. Okay, so that's the correct depth. We're done with this operation now. It's time to decide how we want to make it, what kind of shape we want to put in it. I don't know, I guess maybe I'll do one with the bulge on the bottom. If anybody wants something different, well, we can do that. So then this bottom part here, this lower part here, that's the bottom. That's the diameter of what we're going to have for that, and we'll just start coming down. I got all my certain tools I use, so. I'm going to start up here on that lip of the vase, and I'll start to make that part of it. With my spindle gouge. Since this part here will be the smallest in diameter, I just got to sort of start working on over. Matter of fact, I'm going to use my larger gouge here. Now just start working down the neck of this thing. Since I chucked it up, I guess on the top here, I ought to make sure that it's round. I guess the reason why is that it's so light work. I mean, I could put it up there, but it's just such light work. I never have any trouble with it, so. Start to work a little bit on this one. So, back on this end here, well, let's see here. There's a little radius that I'm working on right now. And I'll work a little bit on that base to running out of tool rest, so. Just trying to envision what the shape is and what you really want for a shape. Get the smaller tool again. And I'm going to work on the inside of this lip a little bit. Now when you're working with a spindle gouge, you know, if you go in there the wrong way, it'll want to jump up on you. So the trick to it is just to start slowly, start real slowly, and give yourself a little ledge, support ledge, and it all worked out for you. Yeah, if you have a vase and you're going to pour some wine in it, it's got to be able to run in there, so it got a little slope on it. And scrape it out here. Scrape the side a little bit. Turn this around. Work a little bit more on this outside of the lip. Okay. Some of it up a little bit, and I'm going to get over here on the base. Oh my goodness, there. Let me get this to rest so that This is a little bit big for my liking. Okay. Now I'm going to have to do a little bit of sanding here. Don't like to sand too much here, but I'll show you sort of a trick that seems to help a lot. Now this sandpaper, somebody brought in a huge bundle of sandpaper. I won in a raffle one year, and I use that stuff all the time. It's 180, but I got so much of it. Now if you hold this thing like a loop under there, the sanding dust sort of seems to gather on it and fall down. It doesn't fly around so much. I don't think it does. Maybe it does. Is it getting dusty over there? Okay, so I guess it's the audio that's getting resonant with the bass that I'll go down to a little 220 here. I guess if I was really good, I wouldn't need the sand. Got a little 320. And then we're going to decorate it a little bit. I usually like to put some grooves here, so that's what I'm going to do. Got one of these tools, D-Way tools that Then I'll put a couple more, one up in the end here. And maybe one way back here. Let's see. Maybe I'll just leave the... Okay, and the other thing is I'll burn it. Now, these are guitar wires, and they work real well for burning. And you can get a, let's see here, get a whole set of them on Amazon for $5. And, you know, just put some handles on, tie a knot on the end, and they last for forever, really. At least, you know, they've been going for a long time for me. So I'll burn a couple lines in here. Actually, I like to put it in reverse also. Oops, that's not reverse. It says oh, here. Oh, that thing's really moving here. Let a little bit of smoke out of the groove. Okay, now the groove lifts the grain around it a bit, so I'm going to hit it with some more 400 grit sandpaper. Oh, the thing's moving on. Now here's a trick I'm sure a lot of you guys already know, but if you use the back side of cloth sandpaper, it polishes it. And you know, it just takes the grain and lays it down, and then polish it as the nicest sandpaper when you're finished. When you're ready to finish, just use that back there. It does a great job. You can even do it forward and backwards if you want to, and get a good finish on it. I'm going to work a little bit on trying to cut it off, and then we'll finish it. Actually, I'd like to make that base a little bit better. Ooh. Okay, it's about time to, I'm going to sand that little edge here, put a finish on it, and I've got my walnut oils, which I'm going to finish it with. And I typically use 3 different oils. This is just plain walnut finishing oil, Doctor's Wood Shop oil. So if I put it in reverse, it doesn't spin as much oil on me. It'll put it on you instead. I've just been using this oils lately for a lot of things. I just like the way they work. Okay, now besides the walnut oil, then all 3 of them are walnut oil. The second one is called a high build-up friction. But I think it has a little shellac in it, is what it has. And I guess I don't like to put a lot of shellac on it because then you see the buildup, but this helps keep everything so it doesn't stain later on. It gives a better finish, a harder finish. So that's why I use it. And then the final one is got the wax on it. Oil and wax. And spin it a little faster to add a little heat to it. And the next, I'll cut it off.
Well, is there any positive effect of running the lathe backwards while you're doing that? Alternating between the 2 directions?
Well, I always feel that, if you're sort of polishing it, you're laying the grain down just a little bit different on both sides, and it's gotten laid down good, and it gives you a good finish. But I don't know that I can definitely tell the difference, but I think I can. Let me lower this just a little bit. Okay, it's off. We're not finished yet, though. Let's see here how this. Here we go. As you can see, it really is a simple thing to make. Put it in your window and have a flower or something growing out of it. Okay, what I do here then is I'll take and put a little sanding disc on there, and I can sand the bottom. Because it's got that little... And then, when you've got that a little bit smooth, let's see, maybe that went inside of here. Time to sign it, and then put a little bit of, oh, wait a minute, I forgot to do something. Oh, shoot. And I can't do it anymore. Brought the other drill so that the bottle would fit in it. The bottle might not fit in here. Oh, hold it, no. And I took it off. Well, maybe I can still do it. I forgot to bring the battery for my drill. But we can make it work.
Use the food processor.
Yeah, if this doesn't work, I'm using the food processor.
Just go Dollar Tree and get plastic flowers.
Yeah, go down to Dollar Tree, yeah.
They got nice flowers in
Hey, Bob, hold on. I'm gonna dial 9-1 and wait.
Okay. Did they go deep enough? It's not me. There it is. Still got one more thing to do here. Huh? Okay. Boy, you guys want me to do everything simultaneously. Okay, there it is. I'll pass it around.
Show the bottle. Hey, Bob, look at the screen in front of you.
Oh, that one. Oh, shoot.
You gotta be like a weather person. Point one way and look another.
Yeah. But I'll pass it around and.
It's a nice little project.
Yeah, it's just a simple little project, and
Question for you, when you're harvesting wood, how long after it's wet, how long do you let that wood sit before, because if you turn this and it's wet,
it'll
it'll
bind
be an
up.
oval and it won't fit, right?
Yeah, and sometimes even if it's not real wet, it still will, so I'll have to take it out. I got a little tool that I made to be able to pull the bottle out. I don't know if I... Yeah, if it gets stuck, a little thing, and then just drill it out again put in the drill press. But
But you let it sit for a couple years?
well, typically I let my wood sit in a paper bag for about a year, in my bowls and so forth. And This turning stock like this, I've done some of them a month, 2 months after it. They've been fine if you just wait a couple days and then drill it out again. But yeah.